Hey, Rob Travels with Dottie, and this is the comment video for the 18th of September, 2024. And I had to start over. I got like 10 minutes into it and realized I was rereading the same comments from the last. It dawned on me, and I started all over again. So here we are. It's 7:22 in the morning. I went back an hour. I'm on West Coast time now because I'm in Pahrump. I know everything you said. I'm going to take 3 days. I won't be there Wednesday. I arrived Tuesday. I did 11 hours on the road, and I just had the energy and the drive, and I got here early, and I got the perfect spot right near all my friends. I'm so happy. It's across from the laundry and the restrooms if I need that. It's just perfect. I love it, and I'll show it to you. So, it's going to take a while to edit this video. Yesterday's trip, 11-hour trip, it ended up being an hour and 45 minutes worth of footage. And obviously, even I'm not going to put an hour and 45-minute travel video out there. I'm going to sift through it and take out the stuff that I think might be boring, because there's plenty of exciting stuff in there. It was quite the adventure, let me tell you. It really was. So we're going to get into the comments now. And the first one was me on the first leg of the trip from Monday. Ride with me on the road to Nevada. And Robert Nasser says, back home to Pahrump until quartzsite, ? And I get, you bet, you got it. So here, I'll be here until the middle of November. I'm going to be at the queue. I'm going to be at the queue until March. So maybe longer, depending on the weather holds up. Edie Ron says, safe travels, poor cute George. I feel for him. I know Dottie loves the ride. I think you can see George in the cage behind me. Did really well on Monday with the sedation. Different story today, or yesterday. You'll see it in the video. Didn't get sick. George did not get sick. George was a pain in the ass, but George didn't get sick. And George is totally fine now. Let's see. My positive short was blindness, hopeful treatment. And the cover of it are my two nephews. And one of them's blind. He's in the middle with the sunglasses holding the cane. That's my nephew, Casey. It's not really about them in particular. It's about a potential cure for blindness that's out there in gene editing. M. Campbell says, I hope this progresses fast. They seem to be very minimal side effects. Ken Gray says, very good news, and good news for your nephew. Yeah, sure. This could be a game changer. Deer Track says on the travel video, all of us, Northern New Mexico folks, will see you next year. Thank you. I like that. Southern Gal. Let's see. I like to see where people are going, not them. You can still talk, but love seeing the scenery, rain or not. Well, safe travels. You know what? You had an influence on me. So the next day, that hour and 45 minutes, it is 99% the road, even in the rain. And it rained the next day. So I take feedback. Is she saying, you have an okay face, but what I really want to see in a travel video is where you're going, not you just talking about it. Good point. I've had that feedback before. Let's see. You need a good old CB radio. The truck drivers talk, and then they let you know what's happening ahead of you. That's true. True. I had a CB back in the day, in the 70s. Might not be a bad idea to get another one. CD Casita Adventures. That's Charlie and Diane. Thanks for taking us along in your travels. Have a safe trip. Hope to see you in quartzsite. I hope you make it, man. I want to see you and the wife, and Dottie misses you, that's for sure. Stacy Jones says, you do bow. You do bow. Oh, how about you do you? Maybe she's saying, but it says you do bow. I don't know. Everyone is so interested in their own opinions, right or wrong. I like the fact that you supply information that will help me in my journeys, make decisions, and watch for possible missteps. Thank you. Ken Gray says, Eagle Nest was sad to see you go. So was crying. Battery. Nothing. Another thing to add to the checklist. Seems like you're doing a risk assessment on the brakes. You're a grown man, and I'm sure you can make your own decisions. A camper van with a 10 extension would give you lots of room to move in. The Vengeance RV that got in front of you was probably a toy hauler. M. Campbell said, I'm glad things work out for you on your travel day. Everyone gets to make their own calls, but if it were raining like that, I'd have rolled over, gone back to sleep, never known about the brake indicators. No criticism implied. Dixon, New Mexico, and the surrounding area is a place where a lot of artists live. They open their studios to the public once a year, so you can go into their spaces, see the creative process, and buy art directly from the creators. It's been going on since 1981, and there are 46 artists participating this year. And let's see, Harvey Brewer says, I liked watching your trip. I have the same reservations when I pull my camper. That's one of the things that makes me nervous, is a dead-end road with no place to turn around. And I told the story about when that happened to me. I think you're safe on the brakes. Vehicles have a double system. If you lose one, you still have brakes. May not slam Dottie against the dash, but would get you safely stopped. Maybe thinking about getting a scanner that plugs in under the dash that helps diagnosing problems. I do have one of those, and I thought I mentioned, but maybe I didn't, that that module you scan into when the check engine light comes on, it gives you the codes. There are no brake codes. So all I have is the brake light, the red thing that just says brake in capital letters in glowing red that comes on when you engage the parking light brake, stays on, and then a message pops up that says check brake system. And I looked that up, and it means that if that brake light doesn't go off, there's a problem with your brake system. You could be losing, the main thing is losing fluid, that your fluid is low. There's a fluid sensor that it plugs into, and it's likely either the connection or that sensor, because I checked the brake fluid and I checked the brake pressure by depressing the brake pedal, making sure I have resistance. If you lose any significant amount of pressure in the line, it's going to go to the floor, and that's bad. And so I drove over serious mountains, 790 miles. There's nothing wrong with my brakes. We have a sensor problem. Okay, let's see. Keep going, Rob. Captain Zuzu. Hi, I'd like to say thank you for not deleting my post. I meant, well, I'm a longtime subscriber. I'm 63, amputee, right leg below the knee. I was working on my 2002 Astro van build and started getting sick, then homeless in my van build. Took 7 months to get SSDI. Everything's stable at this time, so I'm not giving up on one day making a quartzsite. I'm not giving up my dreams. Don't give up your dreams. And Captain, I can't remember what we're discussing on on a previous post. I'd have to go back and search for it. Here's what I'm supposing, is that in the comments I said something about, hey, this doesn't seem very kind, but maybe the intention was, it wasn't to the level where I'm going to even delete or hide the post. I just was probably reminding you to think about the words you're using and how it creates. There's a good way to deliver constructive criticism or requests versus harsh criticism and demands, right? You can, like the lady requested, hey, I would rather see the scenery than you talking. And she didn't even say it that way. You had to sort of read between the lines to understand it. What she used was me saying, hey, it's pointed at me because it's raining outside and there's nothing to see. And she said, hey, I'd rather see the outside even if it's raining. And you could take that as a criticism. Please don't point the camera at you. Point it to the road. But the way she phrased it was someone took some time to say, hey, I'd like to give this feedback, but I'd like to do it in a kind way. And I want to phrase it as a request, not a demand. It was perfect. And we could all learn that lesson about how we deliver criticism when it's appropriate, even to deliver, when it's not our business. We should be delivering any criticism. But when we do, when it's appropriate to deliver criticism, there's a way to do it with kindness, and people are much more responsive to that. Anne-Marie Sikorsky on the blindness video. Genetic editing is probably one of the most progressive aspects of medical discoveries we've found. Through trial and studies, again, CRISPR, clustered, regularly interspaced, short, palindromic repeats has been identified now useful in healthcare. It's overwhelming how important this can be for humankind. Of course, it needs to be used only for the betterment, not for the greedy. These things present a myriad of ethical questions, myself somewhat optimistic. I don't hope great breakthroughs can be used to benefit. Hope you're having safe travels and enjoying your time. Dottie and George also. I also want to say the other day, I didn't make a comment, I just didn't want to, but Dottie was a trooper. Man, she really walked that walk with you as far as you could go to that dam, and she spelled damn D-A-M. I'm sure you didn't mean to do that. That's one good dog there. I'm really sure about her mix, but I know she's got some corgi in her. I think you're right. Anne-Marie. A little corgi in there. What do I want to say? Gene editing, where they're going in and this CRISPR technology, it's an acronym, CRISPR, don't know exactly what it stands for, is, to take out mutations and make people sick better, but it all, it can be used to make better human beings. And do we need to be doing that? Is that okay? Superior genetic manipulation to, I want my baby to have blue eyes and blonde hair and a strong jaw and high intelligence, and that's every science fiction movie you've ever heard of that never ends well. Untethered Nomad on the quartzsite LTVA rates. That's kind of an old video at this point. All the snowbirds and nomads will come down anyway. Where are they going to go? Just more to the 14 days areas and other boondocking areas south of Kew, over to Ehrenberg, over to the Bow side. Good luck to the BLM trying to keep track thousands of similar campers over how long they're staying in 14-day areas. Actually, this would increase business for water and dump business in Kew. I guess that's a possibility that, people that just say, I'm not paying $600, I'm going to stay in a 14-day area. And if a ranger tells me I've been here too long and I'll move. Otherwise, I'm going to stay. I mean, it's breaking the rules, but they're saying if thousands of people flock to do that, good luck keeping track of them, right? So it's a point. Could be. Anne-Marie says on the travel video, I wondered where or when the discussion would be about the last couple of days preparing for the trip. You schooled us well regarding all the prep to get ready. You had a checklist. I did a long video on when I left Pahrump to go there, so I didn't really feel like it was not to do another one, a repeat. People can always go back and watch that other one. Boy, the prep was really pretty easy. I guess I don't know why it was so easy. I mean, it's just the day before I folded up the chairs and the stuff laying outside, threw it in the back of the truck. I think since I've reorganized the back of the truck, it's been much easier. Anyway, it was not a big deal at all. It was easy peasy. And I'm really glad I did it the day before because it was raining cats and dogs when I left. Lisa Roth. Apparently, I have been mixing up Lisa and Judy. I told you they're friends and they post next to each other. We'll see it. We'll see the comment on that coming up. Hope you enjoyed your shower and slept well. That was the first night. I did take a shower. I took a shower at night. I woke up and took another one in the morning. And I got here and I took one last night and I took one this morning. I've had 4 showers in 2 days. But truth be told, I've had 4 showers in about in 2 months. Oh my God, that really? Yeah, really. I mean, you can keep very good hygiene without taking a shower. You have access to water, you have access to body wipes, you have access to a lot of things other than a shower. It can be done. I rarely take showers in quartzsite. When I have full hookups, like here at Preferred RV Resort in the spring and fall, I take showers. Not only do I take showers, but I'm in the pool, I'm in the hot tub. I have no aversion to it. But when I don't have full hookups, I do other things, and it's okay. It's okay. Trust me. And I clicked on the wrong thing and lost my, let's see, hope you enjoyed. Here we go. JBA124. My wife and I opted for a Class C and we tow a Jeep. Wouldn't have it any other way. That would be so nice to have a Jeep. You can go into the desert and stuff and have adventures, especially like if it's a lifted Jeep. Oh boy. With lockers. I know what lockers are now. Do you? We only travel a couple months out of the year. Thanks for the video. See you in quartzsite. January greetings from Florida. Maybe I'll meet them and they'll take me for a ride in the desert in their Jeep. I've considered buying a side-by-side and storing it down in quartzsite, but I know myself. I'll be very excited about it for the first couple of weeks. Then that side-by-side will sit there and sit there. I think I broke another hard drive. It's clicking. In travels, I didn't secure it and it fell. But there's nothing really important on there. Okay, so we know about me. I've owned a side-by-side before. I owned one in Idaho, and I did use it a lot, but it was kind of a different situation there. And I also, in the winter, I had the wheels came off, and I put on tracks. Well, not me, the dealer. It was kind of complicated. But 4 big, wide tracks, and it would go anywhere in the snow. It was pretty cool. Color Creatively is, I am a new subscriber. I enjoy your channel. I've been wanting to get into van life for a while now, but right now isn't the right time for me. I'm spending this time watching many YouTube videos when I came across your channel. And that's what many of us did. I watched YouTube channels for probably 2 or 3 years, maybe, preparing. I hope one day in the near future to have my Toyota Sienna converted into a camper. I'm embarrassed to know I don't know what a Toyota Sienna is. Is it like an SUV? I'm still hanging on to my dream. Thanks for all the information. It's really helpful. Let's look at Toyota. Well, you need to click there first. Toyota. I can't type, guys. And you're here to watch me type, right? Isn't that what you're here for? Toyota Sienna. It's like a mini SUV. It's small, but it's got a hatchback and everything. I would call it an SUV, I think. Do they bill itself? It's a minivan. I'm sorry, it's a minivan. There's a fine line between an SUV and a minivan, isn't there? I think there is. But good for you. Land Cruiser Midwest. A room with dog or cat of your choice. How thoughtful of your of you, Boston. This is Wealthy. My video, Wealthy Boston residents say yes to homeless. That's so cool. Gimbal Girl, just another day driving up and down the East Coast. Not sure what Gimbal Girl is saying since I was nowhere near the East Coast. Naj. Maybe I missed a joke there. Maybe. Naj. Bye, Eagle Nest. Till next year. Lots of emojis. Safe journey. I love drive stream. Love to see the road. It makes me feel like I'm in the truck with you and Dottie and George. Beautiful views. Love to see the mountains no matter what the weather. Do you ever live stream? It would be great to interact with you in real time. I haven't done a live stream. It just, it doesn't feel like I have a big enough subscriber base to do a live stream. Because I'm sure every creator, whoever did a live stream is like, what if I did a live stream and no one showed up? Okay. We are going to quartzsite this year. Thanks for the, this is Spencer, Spent their inheritance. That's the screen name. We're going to quartzsite this year. Thanks for the info. I'm guessing that I won't need my water softener. I hope my Berkey can handle the salt as well as our clear source. Any thoughts? No, I don't know about that stuff. Water soft, I don't know. I know there's salt involved in water softening. I had a water softener in a house I owned in Florida, and I never really understood it. Never understood it. So I'll go to another source. Not me. Don't know. And White Wolf. White Wolf says, White Wolf is female. Thanks for your video. I either said I can't tell on some people or I referred to White Wolf as a him. I do that. You know, I make assumptions. And so I did one positive thing from this tragedy on the 9/11 thing. And it was the only positive that came from it is there were a brief period of time where we all came together as a country. Didn't last long, but personally, 9/11 is a scar. I'm a Boston native and was still living there at the time. My father was a captain, Delta, and my mother a flight attendant on Delta, and a brother a pilot and air marshal. United. I had 2 out of 3 in the air that day. Stressful since one plane had a Boston-based crew. It took a while to locate all 3 due to the ground stop and jammed communications. They were all okay. Many what-ifs followed. Due to nepotism, they could not work the same flight. An event like this would have orphaned my siblings and I. Yeah, that's terrible. Terrible memories. Blindness video. Lisa Roth says, definitely good news. And Naj says, wow, that sounds like a godsend. I hope it's approved soon. That's the blindness treatment. And back on the travel video, my nomadic dream says, my opinion is you feel comfortable in driving and you feel overall safe doing this trip. And nothing else is a warning like actual brake hesitation or anything, so you're okay with your decision. And truly, that's all that matters because you know your capabilities driving. The only one that really knows your truck and rig setup. That's because on this video I said, look, I had this brake warning light. I had maybe a potential tire problem. Should I have postponed the trip and gotten those things addressed? And to play it safe, the answer is yes. And I was really concerned. I was setting a bad example of having these 2 potential problems and taking off, pulling my trailer over a mountain pass in the rain. And I had thought people might be upset with me, and I just wanted people to know, if you are upset and you want to express it, I expect it. I'm fine with it. And I won't, unless you just don't, I said to vulgar things, but if you want to express that you're a little upset with me, go and I'll accept it. And nobody really did. And so Judy, how about emergency vets, or is it Lisa? Is that Lisa? Just kidding. It's Judy. How about emergency vets? My Havasu vet office said if I had an emergency with Gertie, the closest vet would be in Yuma. And I said, my bad. I was on Google and Parker. And then someone else has later a comment about one in Quartzsite. And it just, here's the thing that I found. on some things in the area of quartzsite, if you don't know for sure about the business, don't rely on Google to tell you about it, because it can list businesses that look current but haven't been around for years. So I guarantee you Judy found out for sure where the closest emergency vet was for her dog Gertie. And trust me, you would not want to get between Judy and that vet office if Gertie was in trouble. So I have little doubt about that information at the time. You know, something could have opened up in the past year. We don't know. And then she says, this is Judy. Okay, that's twice you've referred to my comment as Lisa's. I'm not Lisa. My name is Judy. She's got all kinds of funny emojis around it. She's teasing me. Thanks for Terry. Thanks for the detailed emergency information. The air ambulance insurance is a great suggestion. I like it too. Great peace of mind. Rosa, great video, Rob. That's a great for first-time RV campers going to quartzsite. Are you going to quartzsite soon? Yes, I am going to be there the middle of November. And Rosa says, wow, that's so beautiful. Thanks for sharing. That's my little short called My Happy Place. Anne Marie, actually, Rob, you were correct. I missed the part. The article, it said, most of the women in Albania Summit are living in exiles in countries across the world and have come from Germany, Canada, the UK, or US to attend. It also went on to say others have traveled from inside Afghanistan, a dangerous and complicated journey with, whoops, I clicked off it. Others have traveled from inside Afghanistan, a dangerous and complicated journey with no guarantee of safe return to their families. The article is startling in regards to how abused mentally and physically these women are within Afghanistan. They don't even feel safe to go out and do their daily lives. And I had mentioned, she said something like, I'm upset that the U.S. isn't part of this, or I don't know what she's saying, but she went back and reread it and said, oh, the U.S. it's plenty. It's doing plenty. Definitely checking that out. And that's an old short from Pahrump, the Chicken Ranch and Art Bell landmarks in Pahrump. And he says he's definitely going to check that out. I don't know whether he's talking about the Chicken Ranch or he's talking about Art Bell. Probably both. Chip Miller, many thanks for your reply regarding Dottie walking on desert rocks. I'll be in quartzsite this fall, winter with my dog. She didn't like the boots, so I decided not to buy them. She's hiked on different surfaces, but not in the desert. I see dogs with those boots on a lot in the desert, and I'm assuming some of them are necessary. Some dogs are more sensitive than others, but Dottie doesn't seem to care. Mark Dalton, the water that is being taken from the desert ground is highly likely to be prehistoric ocean beds. I believe you're right saying the state water sources could have a higher salt content. I think it, I'm going to think it does. But we will find out when we get to quartzsite, because we're going to buy a home test kit. We're going to disclose the hell out of it, saying I'm not a scientist. This is a $29.99 test, but this is what's in the water. Ta-da! That's what we're going to do. And that is it for today. I see it's light outside, so Dottie and I can go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk, Dottie? She opened her eyes. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to get breakfast. We're in Pahrump. We're excited. And I will see you tomorrow.